everyone, and thank you for checking out my first ever talking video for YouTube. Please excuse me if I'm a little bit nervous because I've not really done this before. But in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things that I don't like about my ST150, which I've owned now for about 1 year and 3 or 4 months. So in that time I've done about 18,000 miles and loved every single mile of it. I love this car to death. So finding 5 things I don't like about it has been pretty difficult, really. But if this video is successful, I'm going to make 5 things that I love about the car, which is pretty much everything. So let's kick things off with the first thing that I don't like about this car. Right, so the first thing that I don't like about this car is, if we come into here, we see this little knobbly bit here that I've put this on. This is an aftermarket thing, but underneath, if you may know, is a chrome silver key lock for the boot. I shall put a picture on screen to what it did look like, but I found that on eBay, £10 I think it was, and it's got some double-sided tape on it, sticks over, body coloured, and it gets rid of the chrome, which I don't like. I don't like chrome. There's no chrome on this car now. Not that there was much chrome in the first place, but there's chrome on the front and that little bit there. So that has gone. So that's the first thing that I don't like. Little minor thing, but yeah, got rid of it. Makes it look cleaner at the rear. Okay, now the second thing I don't like about this car. A lot of you might disagree with me on this one because it's more dependent on the person driving, but the fuel economy. Now, the fuel economy on this car has to be one of the worst cars I've ever driven for fuel. It's really bad. Not that I'm moaning, because obviously it's a fun car and I brought it to have fun in, so I'm not moaning about it. It's just notably really bad. The way I drive, I look after the car, but it gets driven, it gets used. I drive it hard, so it's well used, but it's well looked after. If I try my best, and I mean really trying, I'll probably get 200 miles out of a full tank. So yeah, it's about 200 miles at a push. But if I'm ragging it all full tank, if I'm ragging it 120, 130, maybe 140 miles out of a tank. So yeah, it's really bad. And I've tried different things. If I drive, it's better on the motorway, obviously. If I drive on the motorway consistently, I might get 260-ish miles out of a tank, maybe 280 at a real push. But that's literally boring driving, 5th gear, 70 miles an hour on the motorway. So yeah, number 2 is a fuel economy. Okay, now the third thing I want to talk about on my list of 5 things I don't like about my car is this button here. Now, if you don't know, if you can't tell by the picture, that is to release the boot. So you press it when the car's off, opens fine, that's fine. But when the ignition's on and the car is running, you can't press that, and there's no way to open the boot. Even with the key, because obviously it's in the ignition, so you can't use the key. And you can't use that. So if you take someone on a drive, or you take them to the train station and their bag's in the boot when you set off, you then have to stop, turn the ignition off, pull the key out, and then you can press the button. And even if you go around to the rear, there's no button either. So I'll do an example. We go in here, key in the ignition. Oh, I can't now press that button. So anyone that wants to get anything out of the back can't, because it's shut, which is annoying. It's a little thing, but that is probably the only thing that really bugs me on this car the most, is that I can't use this at all when the engine's on. Right, 4th thing on my list. Now, I apologise for the mess in here. I clean the outside a lot, but I don't really clean the inside. So please forgive me for that. But anyway, 4th thing, steering wheel. Now, you might notice that this is an aftermarket steering wheel. Well, aftermarket wrap, Alcantara and leather, with custom details here to match the white theme with my wheels and the stripes. But the original steering wheel on the car was very, very thin, and I didn't like it at all. I didn't think it sort of fit the sportiness of the car at all, really. And when you held it, it was really, really thin. And compared to my E46 BMW, which was really chunky, this was quite a disappointment, really. So I had it retrimmed, Alcantara, each there, and then leather on top and bottom. And like I said, with the custom black and white ST badge there. And it's miles better now, because it's wrapped over the original leather to make it even thicker. Because there was two options. I could have had the original leather replaced, which would have made it which would have meant it would be the same thickness, or I could have had this overlapped on the top, and it's made a huge difference to the car, and it looks brilliant. It needs a clean. I've only cleaned it once in the 18,000 miles that I've been done with it, so it needs a clean, so ignore that. But yeah, huge difference. And I think it was only about £130 to have this done. And you send your wheel off, so you have to take your wheel off, send it off, they do it, and then they send it back within, I think it was about a week or 2 weeks, I think. But luckily I had a spare. I had because I had two ST150s at the same time. I don't know if you remember the black one. I had that steering wheel on this while mine was sent off getting retrimmed, and then when it come back, I swapped them back over, and yeah, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so the last thing on my list is the black plastics on the front and the rear. So these have all been resprayed gloss black to match the aftermarket side skirts that I've put on, and the rear diffuser, which is very aggressive, like that. And then these are the original ones. So this, same with this side where the reflector is, and then back to the front. So you have the main grille, the both side intakes, whatever you want to call them, they're not intakes, and then the top grille. Now these were all a horrible, nasty, scratchy grey plastic, which over time got worse, but they weren't the most brilliant finish from the factory. So I've had these all sanded down and sprayed gloss black, as I said, to match the side skirts and the rear diffuser, and the little detail on the steering wheel, as you saw in the last couple of things I didn't like about the car. So yeah, it's made it look a lot newer than it is. Makes it look fresh, clean, and it was relatively cheap really to get those sprayed to match the side skirts. That's the only thing that I didn't do myself on this car, is because I'm not a sprayer, so it would have been terrible. But everything else, like the wheels, obviously they're easy to put on. I fitted the side skirts myself, the rear diffuser, which is bonded on. What else have I done? Put the spacers on, but that's another easy thing. And then put the wing on my Focus RS style spoiler. But I'm going to do a full mod list if that's something you want to see, if this video does well. But yeah, but thank you for watching if you've made it to the end. And if you own one of these cars, let me know what you don't like about the car. Thank you for watching, and if I sound like a girl, I'm sorry, but I've never done this before. But thank you.